have this opportunity. So today we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we're gonna be talking about some positioning, some marketing, some things to think about when it comes to marketing your business. Really quick, when you think about marketing your business, I'm sure this comes up for you and your broker talks about this. Prospecting. That's your family, your uncle, your mother, your sister. Tell everyone you're in real estate. Do the door knocking, expired listings, FISBOs, all this traditional way of marketing yourself. Then we all know COVID hit, and now this is the new norm. We're doing meetings here on Zoom. Like, what the heck? And that's one of the reasons why I moved, because I saw the opportunity to be able to run my business somewhere else, have more room and have a larger home and have an opportunity to share some different ways of life for my daughter. So she can have her own room, and we can have a pool, and she can be able to have a play place. And you know, we're inside a townhouse before. So that's why I took the opportunity to take advantage of Zoom meetings and social media to stay top of mind with my customers and with my team, and feel that I'm still living in the same place that I live in, but now be somewhere new. So we want to talk about today a couple things. So I have some questions for you. First question is, there's 3 simple ones. Do you want to save time? We can never get our time back. As soon as we basically spend, you know, an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours with our clients, like that time is gone and we can never get it back. So do we want to save time so we have more to travel, to be with our friends, to be with our family, or just to enjoy it for yourself? Maybe you want to get a manicure, pedicure, massage, go sit on the beach, have a Mai Tai. I don't know. The next question is, do you want to make more money? I think we all want to make more money, because if you make more money, you can invest money into your business to have more time. And the last one is, who wants more clear direction with your marketing? I don't know who here, and I can't see anyone, so I can't say raise your hands, but you're more than welcome to put it in the chat. Who here feels like they're posting on social media and they don't have clear direction, or they're trying to think about videos they want to do and they don't have clear direction? And you're like, man, what kind of videos could I put out there? What could I be posting about? And I could obviously do coming soon, just sold, just listed. I could use maybe keep it current matters, or I could pay it back at you media to have generic content be posted. But the question I have to ask you, the fourth question that's not here, does generic content serve you? Does social content that you're posting out there actually help you? Because when you work with your clients, what happens when you first meet them? You build a know, you build a like, and you build a trust. And people buy from people they know, like, and trust. That's just the way that it is. And people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel. So I'm hoping I'm doing a good job making you feel something, even though I can't see you. I'm not in person, and I'm trying to give you that fire here, okay? So I'm getting a little bit of feedback. Thanks, Angel over there, because she has her camera on, so I get a little bit of feedback. Feedback is so important also with presentations, so I want to keep that energy high. So those are things to think about, okay? Build the know, like, and trust. People forget what you said and did, but they'll never forget the way that you made them feel. How do you make someone feel something on social media? How do you build value on social media? Well, we're going to talk about that today. That can help you scale your business, save you time. You can make more money and have more clear direction when marketing online. So the first thing is, where are you? Do you know where you're at right now when it comes to your social media, your online marketing, what you're posting? We're going to deep dive into that. The second thing is going to be, let's make sure I have this right. So yeah, where are you? And then I actually changed this up just for y'all. So I want to make sure that I'm doing this right for you. The second thing is putting in together a plan. So to find out where you're at, you need to find out your positioning. So this is called a positioning planner. Ooh, we have someone coming in, waiting room. Here this person comes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Coming in on phone. So we're just getting started. Didn't miss too much. Went over 3 questions. We now want to talk about where you're at. And right now we want to talk about the positioning planner. So you could do this live right now if you want. And then in the chat, you could say, this is helpful, this isn't helpful. But this positioning planner, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like here in a second. So you go to rankmyposition.com. What this positioning planner does is it gives you some clarity about where you're currently at. So we just said that in the last slide. I said, where are you? So in the last slide, we said, where are you at? We have to identify that. Well, the positioning planner, you can use your computer, use your phone, go to rankmyposition.com and find out where your position's at. So the last time we did a presentation, this is new, Angel, we didn't have this. This is really cool. So I want you all to think about that. And if it's helpful, put yes, or put like, that was awesome, or whatever. I want to make this interactive. So, oh, we have another one with Raymond coming in. So you have another person coming in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And so we're growing. So definitely check that out. Definitely see about the positioning planner and how that works and how that serves you. And so let's keep moving on. Now, what does it look like? So this is what it looks like. The positioning planner really wants to understand and help you understand buyer side. Are you working with buyers? Are you working with sellers? Are you working with both? Do you have a zip code? Do you send out mailers to those zip codes? How are you positioning yourself in your business? A lot of times when you first get into a business, you focus on buyers, right? First time home buyers. And if you're a new agent, you go from first time home buyers to move up buyers to relocation. They might want to invest. That's like a normal traditional cycle of a real estate professional when they first get into the business, all the way to a seasoned agent that now maybe works with primarily investors, or someone that wants to move up, or someone that has multiple homes, or maybe someone that wants to downsize and travel the world. And then there's some other questions. I'm not going to go into all the depth here, but when you go to rankmyposition.com, you'll be able to go through this whole entire dynamic worksheet here and really identify where you're at. That's going to help you with your social postings. That's going to help you with your direction of how you show up online. Okay. So let's move forward. So the next thing is your who, your why, and your how when it comes to marketing. Big question mark. So what do I mean? Let's talk about this here in a second, because I really want to deep dive into who are you trying to market to? Okay. How are you going to market to this person? This is from an online social standpoint. And then like what type of tools, like how, so who you're marketing to, why are you marketing to them, and how are you marketing to them? So let's talk about that here in a second. But before we get into that, you want to think about your business. You have another person coming in. Everyone's coming in. Well, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're just coming in, we're not too far ahead, and we will give you a copy of the recording. We're talking about online marketing strategy, positioning, and really getting focused in when you post online. The more that you're clear about your intention about who you're trying to attract as a client, the more you're going to have success. So now this slide is your strategy. So you got to put together a plan. You got to manage that strategy. There's going to be offline, online things that you're going to do. Today, we're just talking about online. So building traffic, using social media, optimizing the process so you can look at the analytics and have more success with that process. So let me give you some clarity here. So when you think about the who is it that you're trying to market to? Are you trying to market to a buyer? Or are you trying to market to a seller? And maybe you want to work with both. Totally fine. If you have a team, you might have a buyer specialist, a seller specialist. You might specialize just in buyers and then maybe just sellers, or both. So who is your focus, buyer or seller? The next one to think about is why. Why is that person looking to buy or sell? So there's a picture here on the left and there's a picture here on the right. The picture on the left, let's see who can be quick and who's paying attention and who can do something really quick in the chat. Tell me if the left side picture is a buyer or seller. There's no right or wrong answer. Really quick, can anyone put it out there? Is it a buyer or seller on the left-hand side? Buyer or seller? Ooh, seller, seller, seller. They're coming in. Thank you so much for the feedback. Seller, seller, seller. Perfect. And this right now, in this market, there's three different types of target demographics before I get to the right side picture, okay? There's three different types of target with this market. Back in 2008, if you're a seasoned agent, everyone was an REO specialist, bank-owned properties, so on and so forth. What are we seeing and experiencing now in this market with multiple offers, with no inventory, in a seller's market? We're seeing empty nesters that are looking to downsize, which is exactly what this left side picture is. Older couple, bigger home, they don't need the space, they're looking to downsize. We all know Prop 19 is very prevalent right now in California. Defer those taxes, get out of that big home, defer the taxes, use your equity, travel the world, move into Rossmore, whatever it is that you want to do. We have another person coming in. Welcome, welcome. All right, another person coming in. Welcome, welcome. And right now we're talking about a couple of things to think about when you're targeting and focusing on marketing to your ideal customer. So we're at the why point, right? So there's three different types of client demographics that you can market to for the new person coming in. First one, empty nesters. That's that picture on the left-hand side. The second one, distressed home sellers. Hey, you know what? Couple wants to get a divorce after COVID. They're like, we're done. So that's the next one. And the third one is someone who's looking to relocate. How many people now are getting out of the major cities and relocating inland with a single family residence because they can work remote? That's exactly what my wife and my 2.5-year-old daughter did. We left California, came into Arizona. We now are in a single family residence from living in a 3-story condo in Hayward, California. And we took that equity and moved over here and got the same exact, we used the same exact money that we got from the house. Got this house. It was, we got 20,000 under asking 1 year from today. And believe it or not. And so the house, they wanted like 460,000. We got them down to 441,000. We sold our 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath condo in Hayward off of D Street for $546,000. We got this house for $441,000. And it's a 3,300 square foot, 6-bedroom house on a 10,000 square foot lot with a 3-car garage, a pool, a hot tub, and you name it, we got it. And I was just like, oh, yeah, I'll work online. I'll do Zoom meetings like this and then travel to the Bay Area, which I'm going to be doing first thing tomorrow morning to visit family and maximize my equity. So that's going to be that third person, someone who wants to maximize equity and get out of the major city and have more room. People are learning that, especially being stuck under, say lockdown, which now that's starting to change. On the right-hand side, is that a buyer or seller? Really quick in the chat, buyer or seller on the right-hand side, 5 dumbest things landlords do. Go ahead, anyone. I appreciate any feedback. Buyer or seller? Okay, buyer, perfect. Awesome, thank you, Angela. You've already seen this, so you already know this. Okay, buyer, thanks so much. KW, Silicon Valley. So it's a buyer, right? Someone who's just tired of renting, they wanna buy. We all know in this market, if you're not intentional as a buyer with sometimes over 100 to 700,000 over asking, I can't believe it. I was doing a presentation at a marketing meeting over in Pleasanton, California. The actual individual wrote a 400,000 over offer, and it came in at 7,000 over offer. So over asking, it's just ridiculous in the market out there, especially in Silicon Valley, especially in California. So God bless you all. And anyone out there who's working with buyers, because those are some tough conversations I'm sure you have to set the expectation. How you market to that person, okay? Social media is one way you can market to those 3 type of clients. So empty nester, someone looking to downsize, or distressed property seller, right? So we need to get more inventory. That's, I think, a goal for all of us right now. So social media, video, website, and ads, right? So you could be posting on social media about downsizing. You could be posting about relocation, maybe give good tips, good information, good videos. So you can film a video and say, hi, my name is Norman. I'm with Keller Williams. And are you thinking about downsizing? You are? Fantastic. Well, Prop 19 is something you can take advantage of. And I have the process of downsizing down below, and then potentially have like a website like you see on the left-hand side. This is the locals. They're in the Silicon Valley, not too far from you all. They focus on first-time home buyers and estate sales. But what could you do to add more value? There's a really good book called The 7 Triggers to Yes, which states, if you do something for someone else, they'll be inclined to potentially do something back for you because they'll feel obligated. They're like, oh my God, like Raymond, I mean, thanks so much for what you did. I really appreciate the gift after we, purchased a home, and it was just amazing, the whole process. I have a referral for you. Kind of that compound effect, another good book, The Compound Effect. So what could you be putting on social? What could you be putting on video? What could you potentially have on your website? And what could you potentially have on ads, where if someone went to your downsizing page on your website, how could you potentially retarget these folks? Now I'm going to give you a real life example, and you could check this person out. She's in Pleasanton, California. She focuses on someone looking to sell and downsize. And this is potentially an approach that you could take to give you a real life understanding of, hey, enter in your information. When are you looking to downsize? Here's a video that gives you the opportunity to meet Lori. You build a know, like, and trust factor. What is there about Prop 19? Here's some helpful blogs. And here is the process to downsize. What is your current home worth? Let's search for new homes. Let's set up property alerts, and let's find out your new mortgage calculation. So this page, you can track who comes to the page, who enters in the form, who watches video A, who watches video B, and who does anything with any of these processes down here and below. So imagine yourself being able to be more laser focused and targeted from your social, from your videos, from your website and your ad standpoint to be more intentional to market potentially to your ideal buyer, seller. And if you don't want to work with a specific buyer or seller, why not just be an area expert? If you're an area expert and you put emphasis on parks, schools, what is there to do in your specific area? An expert is nothing more than an authority. So if you're an authority and you post content on social media, you film videos, you have great content on your website, and you run ads all around your area in Santa Clara, potentially people could be Google searching and finding your actual website, social media, and giving you a call. Now, this is a cheat sheet, okay? So we just talked about who are you trying to focus on? Is it buyer or seller or both? Why is that person looking to buy or sell? Because they're a first-time home buyer, because they want to upsize, because they had some children, they need to get a bigger home, because they want to relocate, because they want to try to sell their home on themselves for sale by owner. I'm sure if you've been in the business a long time, you might be making those calls of for sale by owners. And then on the right-hand side, how do you market to that person? Well, a first-time home buyer could be a millennial working at Facebook. An upgrade move up buyer is someone that potentially already owns a home and maybe has owned the home for 3 to 5 years that's looking to get to a bigger home. So how do you get focused on saying, who is this person you're trying to market to? Maybe what type of videos could you film? Maybe what kind of posting could you put out there? Or what kind of ads could you run on Facebook and Instagram and maybe Google PPC to be able to reach these folks and to be able to earn their know, like, and trust, and get them to feel your passion and see that you are an expert, which is an authority that is going to want to use your services. So I'll get you all a copy of this pitch PowerPoint presentation so you can have it. Also recording this so you can always watch this over again. So does your website matter? Yes, 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 it does. So your website matters because if someone goes to your website and you're using a Facebook pixel, you can retarget the folks with ads online to be able to come back top of mind. So instead of you making a phone call and sending a text message every single time you want to connect with someone, or doing an email newsletter, or sending out a mailer, or sending out the magnets that sit on the, for the upcoming, say, season for, say, sports, you put the magnet on the fridge there and it has your face on it saying, hi, I'm here to help you if you want to buy or sell. Think about your website as a tool where you potentially can drive traffic from your social media, drive traffic from mailers, drive traffic from your email newsletter, drive traffic from, your friends, your family, your loved ones to your site, talk about it, be a raving fan, and imagine you driving them to a first-time homebuyer page. And then you plant that Facebook pixel and then you retarget the folks. That's how we retarget. You use a Facebook pixel. And anyone here in the chat say yes if you've ever gone shopping online and seen an ad pop up and you're like, oh my God, I was just looking at those shoes, or I was just looking at that item and I was just shopping for that, or I was just looking at that, and boom, the ad pops up. If you've had that happen before, go ahead and hit yes in the chat. I would appreciate any feedback. And if you have, yes, it's creepy. I love it. It is creepy, but that's the thing to think about. How could you potentially retarget? Because I'm going to be very upfront with you. 8. You're with Keller Williams. You maybe have read Keller Williams, the book, and it talks about, say, for instance, in the book, it talks about there's 8 touches. You have to send out 8, what is it, like 6 to 8 touches or 6 to 8 mailers. By the 6 to 8 touch, you'll finally get someone to do something. Well, that's the same thing with social. It's the same thing with ads. It's the same thing with videos. You got to touch them. You got to touch them. You got to touch them 8 times. My wife was like, I saw like a video or an ad, she told me. And she said by the 8th time, she like thought about it. She's like, man, this came up 8 times before she clicked the ad and was like, what is this about? So you got to think about that when you're consistent on social media, consistently posting and going through that process. Now, social media, what you should be using, I'm going to deep dive into social media now. You want to be on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and also your YouTube channel. There's Twitter, there's TikTok, there's a lot of other, there's, the other one that was really popular that I don't know if any of you guys use it now. And it was the online video kind of like podcasts. And I don't use it personally because I'm not an iPhone user. But I can't even remember the name right now. If anyone remembers the name of the online, basically it's like you can chat with people and set up rooms.
Clubhouse.
Yes, Clubhouse. Thank you. There you go. Clubhouse. That's another one as well. I don't personally like Clubhouse because you have to take your specific time and focus on, say, for instance, the activity of listening to people, or you have to talk to that person. And it's a little bit more involving instead of like doing an Instagram story or doing an Instagram reel, which is very, very popular right now. And I had one of our agents hit 655,000 views on one of her actual TikToks, or not her TikToks, her reels, which is TikTok for Instagram. How could you hit 655,000 people from a 30-second or 15-second video, right? And pay $0? That's with Instagram reels. To send out 655,000 mailers or to make 655,000 calls is like impossible. It would take you forever. Talk about saving time. You're not saving time with that. But if you're doing reels, which is in the favor of Instagram right now, which is basically TikTok, I would recommend that. I get on average 2,000 views on my reels. Facebook is a great one. Obviously, it's been around a long time. LinkedIn is a great one, very much for professionals. And then YouTube is one that is huge, owned by Google. You can put your video walkthrough tours, your video testimonials, and your area specific videos, or potentially even your first time homebuyer videos, move up buyers, downsize videos, all on YouTube. And you potentially can get monetized. You potentially can get paid by YouTube. I mean, YouTube is amazing when it comes to being able to utilize video to then like build a know, like, and trust factor to add value to someone's life and potentially earn business. So these are the 4 I would recommend. I'm going to go into some analytics here. So one thing to take in consideration before I get into the analytics is you want to think about website traffic. So who's going to your website, what pages they're going to, did you see any leads from your website? I know that Keller Williams has KV Core. I know that you have the CRM system through KV Core. You can run ads through KV Core, and you also can then check, you should be able to have analytics from your website from KV Core. Social, who's in your audience, how many post engagements are you receiving? And you want to really look at that, right? So think about basically tracking your analytics for your success. That's something that I do all the time on Instagram, which I absolutely love. I can go into my Instagram right now live within our meeting, and I can go in and I can swipe up on the actual story itself. So you'll see here, there's going to be a story. Here's a story of me. I could then click on the story. There it is. I could swipe up, and then I can now look at 13 people viewed this story in the past 24 hours, which means I'm leveraging my past efforts for my future successes. So if you had a client testimonial video and you put it on your social media, you put it on your YouTube, you ran an ad around it, what could your past efforts do to then dictate the outcome of your future successes? Really take a second to digest that, okay? Because it's so powerful, all right? So understand your numbers, understand your analytics. It's just like dialing, right? You're making cold call after cold call after cold call, and you're going through that process. You got to know your numbers. It'll just help so much more. Let's talk social media did you knows. So let's get into these 3 specifically. Did you know 92% of consumers shop online, and out of that, about 85% of the 92% of consumers that shop online will window shop homes and also agents. I'll tell you one thing right now, what I would highly recommend is for you after our meeting to Google search yourself. Google search yourself, see what pops up. It's very important because I'm sure that people are going to Google search you. And a couple stats is the average buyer's 34 years of age, and the average real estate professional is 57 with a 20-year plus gap. If an average buyer is 34, which is a millennial, what do they do? I'll tell you what I do. I'm 35. I'm going to go online and I'm going to Google search you, and I'm going to check you out, and I'm going to see what you're all about. Is there any video testimonials? What's your past sales? I'll check out your Zillow. I'll check out your Yelp. I'll check out your Google My Business, which is your Google My Business is like your registration for your business on Google, to see what I could find. And that's just coming from someone that sold a home, first time home buyer. And then we got someone else coming in. Welcome, welcome. If you're just coming in, we're getting closer to midway to the end, but welcome. We are recording this and you'll get a copy of it. So I came from being a first-time home buyer and then a move-up buyer. So I'm just, someone that would specifically go through that process, and a millennial as the average buyer. Instagram, 1 billion active daily users, 120 million in the United States. I think 120 million is enough for you potentially to prospect. 33% of the users are 25 to 34 years of age, which means first-time home buyer, potentially move-up buyer if you're focusing on Instagram. It doesn't mean that you can't get relocation. It doesn't mean that you can't get someone looking to downsize from Instagram. And then Instagram's the second most widely used and engaged platform outside of Facebook. And then in 2013 is when Instagram came out with their video, their very, very, very first video feature. And when that came out, in 24 hours, there was 5 million videos uploaded in Instagram back in 2013 when Instagram came out with their feature for video. So that's amazing. Absolutely amazing. So if you're not doing video, you got to think video, video, video. What can I do with video? Now, YouTube, 90% of consumers will buy a home utilizing video in 2020. Now we're in 2021. I bought my home testimonial coming from me personally, sight unseen, 100% off of video. I didn't see this house. This was a house that was a rented house. It was owned by an investment firm. We bought the home from the investment firm. We got the inspection report. We were a little scared, a little hesitant. We negotiated the price, $20,000 under asking, and we bought the home. And then now we've done a bunch of renovations to this home. But at the end of the day, I mean, we bought it sight unseen. We had our family come out. They just did a FaceTime. The realtor came out, did a FaceTime. And we bought the home. So video is very, very powerful when it comes to the buying and selling experience for any type of buyer that wants to see a home or seller that wants to sell their home and get top dollar. YouTube has over 2 billion active users. Basically the age demographic is about 18 to 45 years of age. And 30 million visitors per day are on YouTube watching videos. I mean, in the chat, who here watches videos on YouTube? Has either like Googled or watch a YouTube video from Google or went straight to YouTube and said, I need to fix my toilet. How do I do it? Or you had an issue, you had a problem. You even just want to just watch something on YouTube. In the chat, who loves YouTube, watches YouTube? I know for me personally, I got a yes. Awesome. I know me personally, I watch it every day. I love cars. So I watch a lot of YouTubers that are on there that like do car content. One of the guys that I watch that does car content is making over 100 and maybe 20,000 a month off of producing videos on YouTube. It's just crazy. So Facebook, 2.7 billion active users. Did you know 75% of the Facebook users are female? 75%. Did you know that 62% of the users are 50 to 65 years of age or plus? So think about this. If you were to use Facebook to market to an empty nester that didn't need the large home anymore, Facebook ads potentially could serve that purpose. So someone who wants to potentially take advantage of Prop 19, move into Rossmore, travel the world, take advantage of equity. So Facebook could be a great place for you to market your business for that type of demographic. And on average, if you can get your video up to 15 seconds or above, then you're going to be the above average and you're going to actually have more success with your videos. It's just hard to get people's attention because you probably all know this. And I know that you guys are probably multitasking right now. You're probably listening to me in the background and probably also either writing an offer, hopefully not making calls, but writing an offer. You might even be watching YouTube right now. Maybe you're watching me. I'm just joking. But when you're on social, it's 3 seconds. People scroll within 3 seconds. And it's amazing right now what people are doing. A lot of millennials right now, utilizing Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and videos to differentiate themselves, to have fun, to let loose, and to do some really edgy content. I don't know if anyone have seen, yes or no, in on the comments here. Has anyone seen from an agent on social media or on YouTube doing an edgy video walkthrough tour video or doing an edgy like marketing campaign that was borderline kind of like appalling, or you were like, is that even okay to say? Or did they really just do that video to market that listing? Anyone here in the comments, have you seen any videos on YouTube? Yes. Or on social media that are just doing crazy edgy videos? If you're saying yes, that's fantastic because I'm seeing them too. If you haven't seen it yet, just browse through your social media or I'll actually show you some specifically. So let's recap before we get to the end here. Now you want to understand your what. So what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on a buyer, seller, or both when it comes to your social media? and when it comes to posting on social media and putting content out there, right? This will help you get more focused and intentional. Understanding your prospects, why. So you want to think about, why is that person looking to buy or sell? Are they a first-time home buyer? Are they a move-up buyer? Are they relocating? Are they downsizing? What's the deal? And then understanding, how do you market to these folks, and what are you doing from a standpoint of social media, sending out mailers, your website, your Facebook ads? Because if you work with someone like a title rep, like Angel, who set up this actual appointment, and she was to give you a list of people that have been in their home for 30 plus years that are most likely to list because of the age demographic, and you sent out a video or sent out a mailer, and all it said, because we all know QR codes came in hot, and you can scan your QR code automatically with your camera on your phone, and you had a mailer. All it said is scan this QR code to learn all about Prop 19. Boom, went to your website, went to your landing page, you retargeted them, they saw your video all about Prop 19 and relocation. Just an idea. Understanding basically like what platforms, what approach you're going to use. So your marketing and how to get started with that. I always like to say, like, have a nice brand, set up your social media. If you're going to send out mailers, maybe take that approach, website, and a landing page on your website. So that way, when you're marketing yourself, you're really setting yourself up with a solid foundation. And then you're just going to want to make sure that you're staying consistent with that approach, consistent with your videos, consistent with your postings. And we're going to say here, I'm sure people are going to say, I don't have time for postings. I don't even know what to post. Like, social media is a waste of time. I can't believe people are even like doing deals on social media. I hear it all the time. At the end of the day, that's a mindset that's not going to serve you. You've really got to think about, how can you embrace social media? How can you make time for social media? How could you be time blocking and put out content maybe first thing in the morning, where a story, Instagram story stays 24 hours, a reel that could stay 24 hours and above, Instagram live that turns into an IGTV, like that stays forever. Like, you got to think about, what could you be doing right now? And then understand your analytics. Are you getting more followers? Are you getting any engagements? If you're paying a company to post social media for you, ask them this: what type of engagements am I receiving from the posting content you're putting out there? Do I have any likes? Do I have any comments? Do I have any impressions? That is so key when it comes to paying for a service like Back at You Media, Keep It Current Matters. When you pay those services for generic content, it's just content that every other agent is going to have. And if you think that you're just going to post on social media just to be relevant because you got to get something out there, it doesn't build the know, like, and trust factor. It's not going to serve you. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. Now, who could you follow? Who can you check out for ideas? I highly recommend you check out Josh Altman. Check out Ryan Serhant. Check out this guy down here, Graham Stephan, who's crushing it on YouTube, basically off of like just doing different financial videos, where he was a real estate agent and now he's making over like $1 million a year off his YouTube channel, basically doing YouTube videos and talking about financial tips and this and that. It's just astonishing. We also have Real Estate versus Tech behind me. I will swipe over. This is real, by the way. This is real. This is a TV here. Real Estate versus Tech. You can check it out. I've interviewed already now over 80 agents. One of the agents you could check out who's already hit $100 million. He did $100 million in top line transaction volume in 5.5 months. You know the name, Jordan Mott. Jordan Mott's one of our clients. I interviewed him, plus a bunch of other top performing real estate professionals all across the United States and also in Canada. And then, of course, you can check out our Instagram and you can check out our YouTube channel. We give tons of free content on our YouTube channel and also on our stuff. So who are we? I'm the CEO and co-founder of a company called LiftOff Agent. I've been in this industry for about 8 years. I've met 5,000 agents. I've served about 3,000 agents. I have a team of 10. I'm in 10 states with 130 agents. And by the end of the year, I'll have 250 agents at LiftOff Agent. What we do specifically is we're your single solution, one point of contact, maximizing your online marketing strategy. How do we do that? We get you focused on your ideal buyer seller area that you serve, hence the #1 marketing and positioning agency. So everything that I just spoke on is specifically what we do. You could do it on your own. You don't have to hire us. I just want to be transparent about who we are and let you know that, we have a mission of superseding the real estate marketing standard. We want to help innovate, position, and inspire our family of clients to build your foundation and roadmap for consistent growth, so you as an agent can support, so we can support you and take your marketing to new levels. So That's what we're about. That's my wife and my daughter. That's our co-founder. That's our VP. That's our head of sales. And that's someone that helps on the back end, our ad manager, another customer support staff member, one of our developers on the website side and biz dev side, and then another person that helps behind the scenes with like listing automation and posting. So that's our team. They're very blessed to have every single one of them. And we're doing a retreat coming up next month. So the startup program is a website strategy, branding, funnels, and the ramp up program gets into like, you need to film 4 videos a month. We got to run some ads. We got to get your website and strategy built up, and we got to be consistent with it. And we give you some clear direction and help you with what we were just talking about. So we do all your listing automation. We run ads for you. You have 4 videos a month to do. We manage your website for you. We save you time so you can earn more business and you can get focused on what you specifically need to be doing. Next steps. We do have an exposure grade workshop. You're more than welcome to go to liftoffagent.com. Underneath resources, we have 7 things your website must have: explosive lead generation habits. We have a brand new course coming out called I Got 99 Problems, but Instagram Isn't One. We got real estate versus technology. All of the stuff that you see here, positioning planner, the exposure grade, I highly recommend you check out everything. Everything here is free besides the course. The course is not live yet. You can check it out. We're doing a promo, 30% off if you sign up for the course. You've already taken the positioning planner. And then from there, if you do want a no obligation online strategy session, I will give you my calendar link in the chat. And anyone that wants to jump on my calendar, you can jump on my calendar. We'll set up a strategy session. There's no obligation. You do not need to sign up for our services. I'm just here to serve, support, give you some clear direction. And that is all. And if anything, if I can do anything to serve you right now, here's the course information. And if I can do anything to serve you right now, or if I can give you any information right now, go ahead and fire away with any questions that you may have for me. And thank you so much for all of your time. Who's first? Who's first? Not all at once. And thank you, Angel, so much for the opportunity. I really do appreciate it. If you're here now, thanks so much for joining us. I hope you got value. If you're in the future, the Q&A session, obviously you'll have to, jump on my calendar, or, I can go ahead and give, any information or ask questions to your office manager, and I can answer those questions as well. Thank you. We'll get contact information from the company. Yeah. So my contact information, honestly, all you have to do is basically just go on my calendar link. So if you have any questions, you can go ahead and unmute yourself, or you can put them in the chat. All of my information, if you want to just jump on my calendar, you can go ahead and do that. I will give you my email. So it's Norman. So it's going to be norman@liftoffagent.com. So you're more than welcome to send me any emails that you want. I would always prefer just jump on my calendar so we can have a face-to-face meeting. So there's that. And if anyone does have any questions, or maybe something that's coming up for your business, or you want to bounce an idea off of me, or a strategy you're thinking about doing, or a mailer, or whatever, you're more than welcome to say, anything that you have here if there's any questions. And I'm going to stop sharing here. Perfect. So awesome. Well, there's no questions. I hope this really helped you all. Thank you, Norman. Awesome information. You're welcome. We can do this more. I'm here to serve. I'm here to support. At the end of the day, we're a consultative agency. So for us, we want to just give as much information as possible. If you're going to take advantage of it, then God bless you. Take advantage of it. Have success with it. If not, it's up to you. And if you want to just say, hey, can you guys just help me with this? Then of course we can help you with this as well. So man, Angel, this is great. We had, what are we at now? We have 8 people. So this has been an awesome opportunity. And
yes, absolutely. You brought in the crowd, Norm.
I'm trying. We'll have to do a better job now that there's a couple of people that are here. Hopefully that'll help kind of get the buzz going. And I changed up the approach just for you. What'd you think?
Yeah, it was great. I loved it, as always. Yep, you always bring it.
Awesome, cool. I just wanted to, do something a little bit different to add some value. So I'm glad that was helpful.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for doing that, Norm. We always appreciate you.
Yeah, of course. And I appreciate you as well. And enjoy your 4th to everyone. Even in the future, I hope you had a good 4th and a safe 4th. And we'll be in contact. Thanks so much again, Angel.
Sounds good. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today.
Yeah, of course.
That was great. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And I'll give a copy of this to Angel. Angel, if you want to send it over to them on the PowerPoint as it's changed a bit, I can do that to you. Send it over to you now.
Absolutely. I do believe that KW is recording it as well, correct? You guys put it on your
Yes,
YouTube,
we'll have a
channel?
recording of it to send out to our agents, but if you want to shoot over the PowerPoint, that would be great.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, it looks like we got an exposure grade. Someone got an 80. So congratulations, whoever
Not bad.
Whoever did that. That's awesome. So yeah,
That's
I'll send it over to
passing.
you. I know, I love it. I'll send it over to you so you have a copy. And yeah, hopefully this is going to serve and support your agents. So that way, you know, you guys can differentiate yourself over there at KW, Silicon Valley, and do something that can really be able to serve and support and help you guys grow.
Sounds good. Have a great weekend, everybody. Be safe. Have fun.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye.